Hi, everybody, and welcome back to La Capricornia with me, Priscilla Moreno. So, first of all, you guys, happy Mother's Day. And if you don't celebrate Happy Mother's Day, just have a great Sunday. I'm still getting over this cold, so you're gonna hear a little bit of raspiness, maybe a cough or two in there. But trust me, I'm trying, you guys. My daughter's the one who started. She's feeling a little better. I started getting sick, and instead of getting better, like I just kept getting worse and worse till finally I ended up giving in, called the doctor, got some things prescribed, and I'm feeling a lot better. Unfortunately, we now have passed it on to my son. And I know a lot of people are saying they're getting sick right now. So if you are getting over a cold, I really do hope you get better soon. And one of the things I have to call out, and maybe this is a positive way of looking at the cold, um, is you have no idea how good it feels to be in better health. Sometimes I think maybe we need that to appreciate even the small things like that, where I was like, ugh, okay, I'm just so tired. I'm just so, this and that. And then it was like, well, let's give you some real tiredness, some real bad feelings. And I was just like, ugh, in bed. And then now that I'm, awake, I'm excited to actually have a full day of actually enjoying the weekend. Not saying that I didn't enjoy my Saturday yesterday with my kids, but I at least am moving a lot more. I feel in better health. I actually put on makeup today because I did not wear makeup yesterday. Kinda did something with my hair. And I'm in such a great mood. But you guys, okay, so last year when we went through Mother's Day, I think I talked about the mom guilt. And this year, I just want to kind of do a follow-up, as well as going into your reading. But the follow-up for me this year, you guys, and I don't know if I've talked about this on my previous podcast, but we were reading a book for work. And I have to say, one of the biggest things that affected me that I guess I didn't realize I was doing is I was so caught up in trying to fit so much time for my kids, right? I've been working a couple of long days, and especially when I work the long days, I get so like paranoid, like, oh my gosh, I'm not there for my kids, I'm not doing enough, this and that. So then I get home, planning things out like, okay, we're gonna cook, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And I was getting a little frustrated because I felt like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like I'm putting in time. And then this book made me realize to, really live in the moment kind of thing. And it made me realize some things. So, first of all, and this is not a free pass, you guys, because you definitely do have to spend time with your kids in general. But, for some days, it's fine. It's totally fine if not everything gets crammed in. And sometimes spending time with them isn't exactly, what you want. So I was over here like, okay, we're going to do this or whatever. And then I get my alone time with them, maybe individually. But, I had like in my head, because I wasn't doing that, I wasn't spending time with them. And then I would get frustrated, with my kids because they wanted their time to do their things too, And I'm like, no. So one of the things that I've realized in my, being present is every day that I pick them up, we're in the car, we're listening to music, I'm talking about their day, I'm hearing their stories, we're laughing, saying things. That's definitely some time, that I'm spending with them. It's a little moment, but it's something that maybe, in the future one day I'll say, hey, remember when I used to pick you guys up when we used to do this or whatever? The same thing, even at the store, like we're laughing at some things. Me and my kids get along very well when it comes to like joking around or, seeing what we like to eat or things like that. Or me teaching them even like how to shop for groceries because I thought that was kind of funny. We went to Winco, which we always go there, but it was just funny for them. We went to get some stuff, specifically yesterday night, we went to go get some stuff for like dessert. And I was teaching them the way that those barrels work, right? Because he's like, they were just kind of like, oh, well, like it's this much per pound. So I was like, yeah, like that's how it works. You put it in a bag, and depending how much you want, you can like weigh it out or not. But that's kind of how you determine how much you're going to pay for it. It's not like one set price. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it's not like one set price where, you know, I'm just gonna buy this jar and it's $5 for this jar. It's, you know, it just depends how much you put in there. And so then I just thought it was like cute teaching them little things like that, right? And then I told them, well, this is actually, you know, a lot cheaper than if we were to go and, okay, let's buy a bag of candy that we're gonna have a ton of candy and we're not gonna eat it. Like, or we're gonna have a bunch of, you know, sprinkles that in reality we're never gonna eat. You know, we can just buy enough of what we want because we're probably gonna do this. I mean, we're gonna try to do it a little more often, but I mean, we were specifically planning for one day, and you know how it goes. Like, my kids do this, and I know I do it too, where it's like, I'll buy everything for them to make sandwiches. They'll be into sandwiches for like a day or two, maybe 3, and then they don't touch it for the rest of the time, and then I end up buying stuff again, and then we don't make sandwiches, and then stuff goes to waste. So it's kind of like that. With the sprinkles is kind of what I was going with it. And so, you know, again, it's time with them, you know, and even talking about it, thinking about it, like, look at how much goes into that. And if I'm being present in the moment, like, that's a good, you know, teaching moments. Maybe it's something that they'll look back on one day and really say like, oh my gosh, I remember when my mom taught me this, you know, and that's something that they're taking on with them. And so again, just being present for that time. And then, you know, at home, like, they actually help me cook, they help me clean. Of course, the kids, you know how kids are, they're half there, half not, you know. And so that's like another time for me to just be like, oh, you know, let me spend time with them. And yeah, I really had to pay attention about being super present in the moment and appreciating these small little moments, these things that, you know, are us, that make up memories. You know, it's not gonna be every single time, you know, the bigger things, you know, I which they will appreciate, but I do feel like sometimes maybe we pawn too much, and it's like these little moments, these little teachings that are going to really go on with them and their life. And we really need to realize that. At least that's what I learned, and that's something I've been like very huge on. Sorry, you guys, I have my garage open just a little bit, so you're gonna hear some noise from outside. But yeah, so I hope everyone really liked that message about really being present, being there, and not feeling so guilty for, you know, things not going your way. You cannot plan everything. Not everything's gonna go according to plan. Sometimes it's, you know, it's so fun, especially when you're living in the moment and you're moving with the unexpectedness of everything. Sorry, I just realized like there's something on my roof. I think there's like a bug or something. I don't know. I'll investigate right now. But let's go into your reading for this week, which I'm very excited about. Okay. So your first card is the King of Wands. There's lots of change coming through and lots of opportunities. I feel like this week you're also going to be taking some action on some of this. So there's just so much going on. Just crazy because I started seeing the 818 number again, the 5s. Those are all big numbers that I've been seeing. And I really do feel like this is you taking your steps. You know, you're like, hey, we're gonna make a change, you know, and you're taking charge of it and control, and you're being that king, you know, you're making these decisions that are gonna bring a lot of things. And I don't know if you've ever paid attention to the King of Wands, but there is just like change, chameleons, right? Adapting to the change. And that's, I think, something that it's gonna feel so natural for you. And I think that's what's gonna make it seem like, okay, I see where this is going, you know? Because, you know, I feel like sometimes like something happens that could cause a change and you're like, oh my gosh, this just, you know, changed all my plans. You're stressing out. You might be excited a little bit, but this one's going to be very like adaptive, and it's going to be something you're just going to jump in where maybe you're like, oh, you know, I've been doing this, or I've been working towards this. So it's going to be so easy to change into. The next card is the Knight of Cups. So it's definitely going forward. I do feel like a message is coming your way with this one. And it's going to be very good news. This is what I'm getting. You know, I'm getting that a message is coming your way. It's going to bring a lot of opportunity, wealth, abundance. And yeah, I feel like maybe, and I know I had said this in my monthly reading, but it's very financially based. Maybe you're making some financial moves, some opportunities, or something's gonna come your way that is definitely good for you. And like I said, it's gonna be like a message too. So I don't know, maybe it's like an email. Maybe a friend calls you and is like, hey, I have this great opportunity, or guess what I just did, and it triggers you into like, you know what, I want to do the same thing, you know. And then I have the 10 of Cups, you guys. Now this is a card of celebration. As you can see, there's celebrating, there's family, there's togetherness. So I do feel like whatever this change is and this message, it's bringing so much happiness. There's gonna be rainbows, and I do feel like it's gonna be coming pretty quickly, because like I said, I do feel like it's just kind of like you're adapting into, like, you're a chameleon, right? You're just adapting to the change. You just change your color to match with it. You're just, you know, filtering through it, and you know, it's gonna come with great things which you're gonna be excited about, but it's just gonna feel so natural to you. Like, I cannot express just how, you know, I have this feeling of like, whether it's, I knew it all along is the statement I got. So I knew it all along, or that like I knew I could do it. I'm getting those two a lot. So it's either you knew it all along or you knew you could do it. Either way, it's kind of the same message. I do think that that is what is coming towards you right now. And then you are getting the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is just letting you know, at least what I'm getting from here, because I don't know if you guys ever noticed the Queen of Cups has, you know, water and things like that. So I do feel that there might be some things that you are a bit frustrated on, making some of these changes. At least that's what I'm getting. And maybe that's one thing too that kind of comes sometimes, where we're kind of looking at this, you know, this abundance, this change, and you're seeing what's not good for you as well. So you're like, oh, like, I don't want to do things this way. You know, maybe what is coming is like, oh, you know, you can make extra money by getting a second job, and you're just like, I don't want to get a second job. I don't this and that. But maybe you are in need of money, but maybe you figure out a way to either change your position at work, and then now you're making more money, you know, so you're not having to get a second job, or maybe you get a raise or something good comes your way, which, you know, I hope that somebody's listening out there. Maybe it's a promotion as well, you know, where it's like you were thinking things were going to be a bit harder. You're going to have to do things, because I do feel this. What's weird about this is that's why I'm getting kind of like the way she's looking at this, like she has something, but she's just like, I don't know, you know. And even the abundance, right? It's not like a simple cup. It's a little bit more detailed to it and stuff like that, which, you know, of course it does come with more, but I feel like the message I'm getting behind it is it's going to cost more. You know what I mean? Whether that's more time, more energy. And I don't think that's what's meant for you. I think, you know, it's either going to be the same level or less maybe. And it's going to, like I said, it's what is coming for you. It's going to be so easy. You know, I feel like the minute it starts being hard, that's your sign of like, I don't think that's for you. It's not saying you're taking the easy way out or being lazy or anything like that. I just feel that it is, you know, it's going to come to you. It's going to just come to you so naturally. Okay, and then I have the 10 of Pentacles. So again, yes, it's going to come to you naturally. Abundance is going to come right away. Another thing that I'm getting on here is very just, I guess, you know, sharing that wealth. I don't know, that's not what this message is 100% about, but I do feel that you're going to be sharing that wealth. You're going to be finding, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be, you're going to be in such a good place where you can be like, oh, you know, I can do this. I can balance these coins, you know, and it's okay to give a little bit out, which is always good, of course, to give charity and things like that. But you're going to be giving back with this in a way that, you know, it's going to be coming back to you too. Like, it's not going to feel like it's a burden. And I'm not saying it's a burden to give time or to charity or give money or anything like that, but sometimes they can, especially in the time that we're in right now. You know, it can be very like, oh my gosh, you know, even going out to a restaurant, I was like, do I really want to go to a restaurant because it's going to be this plus the tip plus this or whatever. A lot of people are doing more do-it-yourself kind of things, trying to save money, trying to save that coin. there's just so much going on at the moment. And so, you know, it can be a little hard. It can be a little like, oh my God, you know, and it's not our fault. You know, it's definitely our first reaction, of course, is we want to try to keep what we can towards us. But at the same time, the world is changing, you know, and I feel like you're gonna feel a little bit more comfortable sharing that. Or maybe it's you help someone, or you hold a little bit of coin back for something, and that's where some of this good is coming from. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I saved this money specifically for this, or whatever it is. Okay, and the last card I'm going to pull for you is the Two of Wands. So you definitely have a lot to think about. You have the world in your hand. I do feel like this is letting you know, though, that you have the world at your fingertips. So usually this is a card about decisions, thinking, overthinking, you know, blah, blah. But I kind of feel like you have the world at your fingertips. I feel like the universe is telling you right now, like, whatever you pick is going to bring great things. Like I said, I think you just have to look for those specific things of like, okay, you know, what's coming to me easy, what's, you know, in line with me, what's just naturally me. I know I had given a couple tips in one of my videos where you have to pick something that you're good at, something that is in line with you like to do, and something that you are not great at but that you can build from. So it's definitely, you know, maybe that's just what you're looking at, like, okay, you know, you have the world at your fingertips. It can be anything. And then I also feel like it's also letting you know, it doesn't matter if it's 10 years, 20 years, if it's whatever, the world is at your fingertips right now. And I feel like when you start moving this way, it's not just going to be like a one and done kind of deal. Like, oh yeah, you know, I got a promotion and I'm probably never going to get one again here. You know, my life is over. It's not. I feel like this is going to lead to better things, more things, the world, your life. There's so much happiness coming through right now. I just feel like it's a big movement. Like I said, it's not going to feel like it, but it's a big movement. Okay, and I'm going to pull a guide card for you. So I am getting a tree, which is stability and growth. So like I'm telling you, I do feel like you are making decisions for stability, for growth, for good things to come to your life. I love how that message was so in line with that. And your angel prayer message is spiritual support, which I believe you also got this, you know, for this month, which it looks like there's a big theme. I feel like your guides, their spiritualness coming through. I think I also said that I feel like you are going to have some pretty interesting experiences that are just going to be like messages coming through. Very clear things, but it's not going to be just coming from you. It's going to be from somewhere else, whether you believe in angels, your dreams, your guides. It's just be something, you know what I mean, that's going to be just out there. And it's not, like I said, it's not you. It's not, but you're going to know, you know, who it's from. Which I actually had somebody tell me that when I told them about making sure they watch their dreams, that they've been dreaming about certain people. So again, it's not going to be coming, it's going to be coming from somewhere else, someone else in a different form. Okay, so I'm going to pull one of these cards. So, interesting, the Capricorn card. So I'm going to look this up really quick because this is a newer stuff for me. And I think I tried seeing it before, but definitely, so it says Earth's practical energy takes on almost fiery intensity through its cardinal qualities. Determined to succeed leads sometimes to success and to learning phases. The key word I use means that you're motivated to use whatever is at hand in order to achieve your goals. And it's so crazy because I got identified as a red person. And if you've ever had like the colors assessment done, that's what that basically stands for, is red, is like determination and things like that. So that's what you have coming ahead for you. So as always, let me know what you guys think and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.